Si vedono le schermate ma non si capisce niente, non si sente niente. È interessante.
Com'è che si chiama?
Seminar. Web seminar. Web seminar.
Disattivate l'audio! Marco di Roma. Sono tutti molto...
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me now? Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, everyone.
Easy.
Welcome to this webinar where I am trying my best to not only be explaining to you about Tantra Life and my work, but also I am exercising myself at being extremely technological. And so if something doesn't work, I am sorry. Please switch off all of your microphones and all the cameras. Mute so that it's easier for all of you to hear me and not to hear the voices of everyone else. So, Tantra Life. Tantra Life is a combination of Tantra work and whatever it is that makes life. Tantra Life is the name I've given to my work because I had the feeling that although Tantra has a connotation, it has something to do with sexual energy, and many people have all kinds of ideas about what it is. In my vision, Tantra is nothing to do only with a separate situation outside the normal life. It's not to do only with that. It has something to do with every minute of your life. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but I think you as an organizer can mute everybody else because some people don't realize they're unmuted and we're hearing them driving and talking in the background and all that kind of thing. So I don't know if you know how to do that. But it said when I came in I was unmuted by the organizer, so that means that I can be muted by the organizer, which would be very handy, really. But anyway, that was my suggestion. We can hear you, but through everybody.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Very good. So
yes, that did it, Radha. Thank you.
Okay. No sound now? Can you hear me now?
No, we're hearing you fine, and you've done a beautiful job muting everybody else, so we can hear you really clearly and everybody else is quiet. So yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
But can you also mute yourself? Thank you anyway. Okay. So everyone, let's try to continue on this note. And yes, what is a webinar? Well, I didn't know anything about webinars until a little while ago. It is a little bit strange to run a seminar without seeing your face. And so I hope that soon we will be all able to do it in such a way that I can see you and you can see me. But as far as I'm concerned, today is just a little try, a little presentation. And some people are complaining that they cannot hear me. Okay. So, who am I? For the ones who can hear me, who I am, well, I ask myself this very, very regularly. Who am I? And I find no answer and many answers. And this is all that Tantra is about, is really asking yourself and coming back to yourself to find out who you are really. So this technique that this kind of work is not only to regain the oh my God, it's really complicated. Talk like okay. Okay, now I continue. Can you all hear me now? Okay. Okay, wonderful. So about more than 40 years ago, by great luck, I found and I met Osho. I think most of you know who Osho is, and has been an amazing luck as for a young girl of 19, full of energy, full of sexual energy, to find a man, a spiritual man, speaking about sex in such a sacred way, has completely changed the perspective of my sexuality and my whole life. So I have been in Pune, in India, to meet this man, and I couldn't but fall in love with him, and decided to remain there in India and stay and live with him for over 20 years. In fact, I now, in the last 22 years, I continue to run courses where his presence is always felt and the magic hasn't changed. What is Tantra? There are 4 keys in Tantra which are very, very important, and it will be always part of my work to be addressing these 4 keys. Your life energy is very much a connection between breathing, movement, awareness of your body, and sound. In Tantra, what is very, very important is the understanding that the sexual energy is your life force. And if you repress your sexual energy, you will be living only at 3% of your real life. So the whole idea is to start to reconnect through sexual energy and come in contact with life energy, and at the same time expand it through meditation, through relaxation. How we do it? With very simple exercises. We have forgotten the body. We have forgotten how to live in the body, how to regain the contact with our body. And we need to regain that capacity. And the body is the only sorry, here I continue to get messages that people cannot hear me. And I just want to make sure that everybody can hear. We have about 40 people on. Okay, so if some of you cannot hear, it could have something to do with your system, with your computer, because many others can hear. Okay. All right then. I continue. So less life. We are packed or in a package. We live with a lot of beliefs. We live in many different ideas of ourselves and of what should be right, what should be wrong. And that really doesn't allow us to give full force to our potential. So all of this makes Tantra extremely important, because that gives us the key to a secret, which is an open secret, but we always miss it because we look for everything else in other people. We look for love in the other. We look for satisfaction in sex through the other. And we forget that what is really the secret is something that we are holding in our hands. So the whole idea of Tantra is, okay, find that key again. Come to that space which is so sacred, which is you. So that's where comes in also the idea of who am I? Because it's not only me that asks who am I and finds something, but each one of us, if you ask moment to moment that question to yourself, you can find out much more about you. So, what else? Let's see. About the four keys. This is part of the work that I teach not only in the weekend that we are about to do in London. That would be important to focus on breathing, as breathing is the one particular tool that we have which allows us to be now, to be in the present moment. And bringing awareness into breathing, whether you do it while you are running, while you are swimming, while you are making love, doesn't matter. but bringing awareness in breathing while making love, it's certainly more fun. Also, bringing awareness to your movement. We tend to be rigid in the body, like as if we were frozen. I often say, like a bacala. In Italian, that means a frozen fish. And many people make love and meet the other just as frozen fishes. And in a weekend, at least you can start to feel the opening and the melting of that kind of frozenness. And we will do it by movement of the body, like anchor dancing, some exercises, some presence exercise and awareness exercise, very simple things, which bring also the awareness of our body sensations. Because if we are disconnected from feeling, in fact, if we are disconnected from feeling, we need to start from very simple things, and that would be to be aware of the body. And the body sensations can be so pleasant, but we have forgotten, we have dropped that healthy connection. And so that's where we would be focusing on. And the last one of these four keys is sound. We tend, when we don't breathe, we also hold back our sounds and we repress. We repress. I mean, even Italians who are so loud and so blah, 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 they are repressing during lovemaking their own sounds. Of course, we have a good reason because of the neighbors, because of whatever is going on, or maybe because your partner would think you're crazy. But sound is one more of the keys to expansion, to allowing energy to flow in a more natural way. So, if you have questions now, considering that you are many, maybe about 40 people are listening right now, and by the way, this seminar right now, webinar, is being also recorded. Then maybe you would like to write in the chat box your question. Make it very short, and I will be feeling a little bit more alive if I can feel you from the other side and what is it that you would like to ask. Can you go ahead? Silence. Okay, somebody says, where can I come and see you? You can come to the next weekend in London. If you go to the website, you can find out a little more about where it will be and what it is going to be about. It's called Tantra, the expansion of senses. And yes, so in London on 16 or 17, something like that. More than asking me about the practical things which you could be able to read on the website, maybe it's more important to write something that is more important to you. So somebody says, why do you say that sound is so important? What kind of sound? Is it my own sounds from my body or the sounds I make? It is the sound from your body that you can express because they are connected also to the vibration and to the energy. And the energy and the vibrations are definitely interconnected. So you can allow more of the sound not only when you make love, but also in other activities, but not about singing la la la, but really feeling your own body and allowing the sounds from each part of the body. I'll try to answer. Somebody says, what do I have? What to do if I have low sexual energy? I was abused sexually as a child, and now when I have sex, I'm in pain and I fear sex, although I desire to do it. Yes, I understand that this situation is very delicate, and we are working in a very safe environment, although this abuse situation is something that, in fact, regards at least 80% of women, and unusually so. Maybe this would be a very unusual news for you. It's also regarding men. We either have been abused or we have abused ourselves, and that is one of the reasons why we have lost the capacity to enjoy and live sex in a very juicy and playful and energetic way. So definitely this kind of work would be great for you, and it would be safe. Someone else says how Tantra can help to reach enlightenment. Now, to reach is having a goal. So Tantra can help you by not having any goal, not to reach anywhere, yet find your own light inside, and then enlightenment just happens. And that is the same concept about sexuality. You are always looking for a goal. People have learned sex as something to be accomplished and to be completed, reaching orgasm. And that doesn't, there is nothing wrong with that idea, but that would be a discharge of tension rather than a recharging of something very nourishing. Somebody says, do you suggest any kind of meditation to do before intercourse? I would love intercourse to be meditation. So I suggest that you learn how to make intercourse a meditation. And that you can also do through coming to Tantra Life work. How would you encourage a partner to be more embodied without threatening his masculinity? Wow. If you're busy with doing that, then it would be very difficult for you to be here now. My suggestion is just again and again bring yourself into the here and now, and then probably magically your partner might follow. And if he does not follow, then you might change one day your partner. Tantra is not about patching work. Can you give us some example of practical exercises? I think it will be difficult today with this situation, but in the next webinar, or if you come to this weekend, which I don't know if you are in London, maybe you will get an example, but practical exercise right now, a little difficult. Somebody also says, does sexual energy you speak, you require a sacred partner, or it can be with anyone? The sacred is, for me, in everything that we do. If you learn that everyone and everything is sacred, then definitely whatever energy will become also sacred. It is much more easy, of course, to share Tantra with somebody who has been working on themselves, who is meditating. But I would say that you can do this with anyone. Can men have also multiple orgasms? Absolutely yes. And that would be when they start to expand their whole concept, not to just genital orgasm, but to uh, total orgasm, which includes every chakra. And so the orgasm, multiple orgasm, can be happening through different kind of experience, which includes other chakras and not just the first. Wow, your questions are infinite, and maybe if you hold on, I can try to reply. Somebody says, I try to keep my breath stable and very conscious during sex, but during the orgasm, it's very difficult to keep it regular. Most of the time, I go in apnea, means that I don't breathe. How can I educate my breath rhythm during this moment? Educating and keeping is nothing to do with Tantra. This is not about holding back and repressing. That's why it's difficult right now to give you a practical example, because awareness is the most important something to do, for example, about keeping the breath stable. If you are aware that your partner has a rhythm and you understand that sex is not something that it's like something that you have to be great at, but it's actually something like a communication, talking to each other, something that can also nourish you incredibly. But it doesn't nourish you if you just look at your woman, or if you are giving, opening the suitcase full of tricks and giving her many orgasms. That is not nourishing on the paritarian level. The most nourishing thing is when you feel that you are communicating, that you are sharing something, and there is a dialogue that goes beyond words. Somebody says, what was the role of Osho in modern Tantra in your understanding from being with him? Well, Osho said that Tantra is for everybody. Tantra is for all. Tantra has been kept a secret because of religions and society have been repressing sex. Never so much anything else has been hidden and repressed and cut. And Osho said, for that very reason, Tantra had to be made a whisper transmission. Otherwise, it was not possible for the world at large to understand it. And so Osho had a role in terms of sharing. He is one of the rare masters who openly has spoken about sex, especially in India in the days that he was giving discourses to thousands of people. He has risked his life several times in order to include sex in spiritual development. And in my life with him, he has definitely addressed to the issue of sex in a very playful and sacred way. Yes, he is really master of masters who has not feared to be in the end even killed in order to share his truth. and the truth included that part. One more question. I never orgasm. Why this is happening? I'm a giver, but why don't I feel? I enjoy it, but never get to a heightened sensation that people speak of. Does this mean I'm frigid or not connected enough to my being? Frigid is a strange word. I think frigid would be more similar to oriented on a goal, so much so you want it so much that everything in your body gets tense and frozen. Yes, but to have that word frigid would be something that would be forever, and nothing like that happens, as the body is made out of maybe 89% of water. How can your body be frigid? So it's just a mind condition, and the heightened sensations don't come because you are not allowing yourself to stay open to surprises, to a mystery, and that's all. So stay open to something new, something that can maybe make you feel like losing control. I would like to join your workshop, but I am scared about Tantra. Can anyone join? Yes, Tantra is scary, and everyone can join. Especially my workshops are designed to really let anyone, also somebody who doesn't know anything about Tantra, in fact, to make the first steps into this vast method. And yeah, so if you're scared, that means you need it. So why don't you join? So, guys, any more questions? And I want to try to open the camera so you can see that I'm not just recorded. Let me see if you can see me. Let's see. Can you? No, no, no. No, I haven't done that. Oh, yes, you can see me. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. Somebody says, oh, it's interesting. Some people are giving me their phone numbers. Sorry, no private sessions. Okay. Yes, I don't see, there is a lot. Yes, now, okay. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Yes, okay. So maybe somebody can ask the last question so I can show you live. Okay, let's read it. I'm checking on my panel here. Okay, so what about menopause, when we start to feel less sexual? Can we help ourselves by meditation? Oh, I tell you, menopause is one of the best moments to have Tantra. And help yourself by meditation is a sort of contradiction in terms. I think meditation can be orgasmic and can teach you also how to feel your sexual energy as a cosmic or enlightened energy. So I highly suggest this moment of transformation. Somebody is asking me when I will be in Milan. I was there just recently, and I will be back in autumn. Please move from Milan. I travel all over the world to come and see my friends. Maybe you can travel to London next in 2 weeks. Is it 2, 3 weeks? I don't remember ever the dates. I think it's 16 and 17. And yeah, come to London. I just came back from Athens. And here is my workshop in London, 16 and 17. There we go. The expansion of the senses. It's a very, very nice, beautiful workshop, 2 days. So it's, you can choose at the end of the 2 days whether to continue working with me in my trainings, which last many more days. I really hope to see a lot of you there. I'm going to switch off the camera again because it's funny to not to hear you, not to see you. This is a little difficult for me. But I'm still here. And Martina is asking me during the sex, there is a moment of fear. How can live it? How can to do? Okay, a moment of fear. The greatest fears in human life are fear of sex, fear of going crazy, fear of dying. This is all connected. And if you go deep in meditation and start to connect deeply inside yourself, then I am sure that fear will just go. Another question, being an introvert in nature is tend to be more repressive. Not necessarily. To be an introvert, if it's a neurotic introversion, yes, but otherwise it can just be one part of your personality. And then we have another one that says, I don't have a partner, can I practice Tantra? Of course, yes. You can do many of these meditations also by yourself. Oh my God. I can hear lots of noise. So, one more. Is Tantra just sexually oriented, or we can use Tantra technique in other areas of life? If so, which ones? How? I just said it in the beginning, maybe you were not on yet. Yes, Tantra is exactly not only just sexually oriented. Tantra is a method for the expansion of your consciousness in every corner, in every area of your life. How can you do it? You can learn meditation, you can come to my workshop, you can read some books, including mine, Tantra, A Way of Living and Loving, Tantra, A Way of Living and Loving. Okay? And basically, Tantra cannot really be learned through reading or only to practice things by yourself. And that is why I continuously travel all over the world to share myself and whatever has been my experience. As to be honest with you, I don't have so many techniques and concepts to teach, but simply my experience. And this experience is a 43 years old experience from the day one I met Osho, the greatest enlightened being on the earth, having been on the earth in this century. And I am surprised at how much still alive he is in everything that I meet and everyone who is in love with him. So I would say that we have reached 45 minutes of webinar, and I want to thank all of you for being very actively participating. I give you a namaste before I go. So one more time, let me see if I can. Okay. And thank you so much for everyone. Thank you. Come soon. I would love to see you soon. Bye.